Hi there everybody, Ollie here, aka Secret Nimbus here, another episode of Feed the Beast Infinity on Expert Mode. So at the end of my last episode, I had been working on my... what have I been doing? Was it my water wheel? No, it wasn't my water wheel. It was... oh yes, my electric wrench, wasn't it? So I could move all my stuff over here. So yeah, this is my new base, everybody. Well, I wouldn't say it's all of my new base, it's the start of my new base. So it's kind of like the bare bones at the moment. So the idea for this base is going to be like a compound. So this is going to be like the whole area around here. So what I'm going to have is like big rooms on the edges, kind of like what you can see now. Have like a central kind of like farm or something in the middle for all my farm stuff. Have all the rooms around the outside, and then like corridors going all the way around the outside where I can actually access all of the different rooms. So that is the idea for this particular base. So everything's already kind of half set up. Just going to take down these bacon jerky here. Yeah, bacon jerky. Just put some raw chicken as well. So at the moment, what I've got is this is the Tinker's Construct area with the smeltery. Also, I took the liberty of setting up a cobblestone generator off camera. So what I've basically done is made a transfer node from XP Utilities. So transfer node, pretty simple. It's just a sorting pipe, block of redstone, some more redstone, a chest, and a couple of bits of stone. Makes a transfer node. You put that on top of a piece of cobblestone between water and lava. You then also need a world interaction upgrade. So if we have a quick look at that. So world interaction upgrade is just a diamond pickaxe, 4 bits of lapis, and 4 iron ingots, and basically that just then spawns unlimited amounts of cobblestone. So if we take that out, you'll see it just refill. All comes into here. So if we take like half a stack out, you can see it refilling. That's pretty sweet. So I can just get rid of that cobblestone as I don't really need it. So the reason I did that is because I'm probably going to make a lot of this out of these chiseled cobblestone bricks here. So I needed kind of like a large quantity of cobblestone to do that. So I just set that up off camera so I could start using it. We're then going to have mass storage in here. So at the moment, I've just got my chests, which I've been using at my old base, but these are going to be replaced by drawers in the next couple of episodes. So I will be probably crafting up a drawer controller and a load of drawers at some point, probably after I've made a sawmill, so I can actually start to process wood in a sawmill instead of having to craft it myself. In this area, we're going to have machines. So we've got like my laser setup. We've also got the industrial craft machine, so the bat box and the metal former. At the moment, we've still got the coke oven and the blast furnace. So we've got some of this making steel and this still making coal coke. As you can see, I've got like the power system going around at the moment. So I've got my LV wire connectors. These are really cool. They're attached to the ceilings as well. So you can actually have them kind of like out of the way. And then you've got one on each of the machines, and then they're all hooked up by wires. So these are all hooked up. So you have them on top of the lasers like so. Charges up pretty quickly. And then finally, we've got power generation over here. So I've got my water mill hooked up to the kinetic dynamo, just producing RF energy as we speak here. So I've got water kind of directly on top of the water mill, kind of pouring down over the top of it, which is pretty sweet. So that's the water mill working and generating power. Now for this episode, what I want to do is get my rock crusher set up so I can hopefully get an induction smelter set up by the end of the episode, because the blast furnace here is pretty slow. It's pretty terrible. You don't really want to use that long term. We want to be using technology to make our steel. So first of all, we're going to need the rock crusher. Now let's have a quick look at this. So this is a fairly expensive recipe. It's a block of steel. So we need 3 blocks of steel, followed by 4 pistons. Oops, so you keep pressing this tab rather than backspace. And then we also need 4 diamonds. So we need to make this recipe 3 times, as it's a multi-block structure. It's a 3x2x2 multi-block. So to start off with, we're going to need 12 diamonds, which we've got there. We're also going to need lots of steel as well. So we're going to need 3 blocks of the steel. We're also going to need some iron and redstone. I've also split up my ores, so any ores that need to be smelted are going to be in here, and then every other kind of like mined material and ingots are going to be in here for now, until I've got the drawer set up. We're also going to need some cobblestone, I believe, and some wood. So let's grab this 16 oak wood for now. And there we go. So let's get crafting. So we'll start off with the pistons, I think. So we need 1, 2, 3, 4. We need 12 pistons altogether, I think. Is that right? Yeah, we need 12 pistons altogether, so I still need 3 more. So I do need a bit more wood. So if we craft up a bit more, I'm going to need to go chop down a load more at some point. I'm also thinking of setting up a Steve's Cart tree farm, or maybe even a forestry one. I can't quite decide at the moment. So why isn't this not crafting up? Oh, I need more cobblestone. So let's grab some more cobblestone. May as well use up this stuff, the stuff that isn't in my bets barrel over there. Oh yeah, piston first. 1, 2, 3. There we go. That should be all of that we need. We then need the 3 blocks of steel. So 1, 2, and 3. Don't need the rest of you as blocks. We should be able to craft up the rock crusher. So to power this, we're going to need some RF energy. So we'll grab some wire coils and an LV connector. I looked up these, and basically the difference between the LV, the MV, and the HV is simply just the amount of redstone flux per tick it can kind of like transfer in one go. So these transfer about 200 to 400, I believe, and then the MV is like 1000 and the HV is like 4000, something like that. So really, we don't really need any more than the LV, especially at the beginning of the game. Not until we're kind of like generating a lot more RF, which probably won't be for a while. So it's going to drop down an LV connector there and then hook this up into the system. So is this charging up? It is charging up. So you can see it's gaining RF power pretty quickly. So we generate quite a bit of redstone flux from our water wheels. I mean, it's pretty fast. Like, that is charging up, relatively fast. We're generating, a lot of power, which is pretty sweet. So considering that's essentially free, we're not having to do anything for that. It's literally just generating from water falling on top of a water wheel. That's a pretty neat system. And probably what I'm going to do at some point is add a 3rd water wheel onto this particular kinetic dynamo and then have it mirrored over the other side as well. So I might do that off camera. Between this and the next episode is actually put on another kind of set of 3 water wheels and another kinetic dynamo, just to kind of like that will be tripling my power output as well, which would be pretty cool. So we have the rock crusher underway. So the reason we want this, so if we go to the induction smelter, the recipe for this, so we need a machine frame. Whoops a daisy. We want the basic machine frame. So if we wait for it to flick through in a second, I'll show you what we need for this. So there we go, basic machine frame. So we need to do this in the assembly table. So what we're going to need is a dense refined iron plate, some crushed obsidian, and this is why we need the rock crusher. So we need to actually crush up obsidian to make all of these machine frames. We also need a basic circuit board from forestry. So we've got basically, to actually make one of these machine frames, we need items from 6 different mods. 5 or 6 different mods. So we need the assembly table to make the chipsets, and then to actually make the machine frame itself, we need tin gear from thermal foundation, we need circuit board from forestry, we need crushed obsidian from railcraft, and we need dense refined iron plate from industrial craft. So we're going to need to make a couple more machines before we can actually put together the what's the word I'm looking for? The machine frame? Yeah, the machine frame. So we're going to need a compressor from Industrial Craft. So we actually do need a compressor this time. So for that, we're going to need to start off with a basic machine frame. So let's also get everything started. So we're going to need to make up an iron chipset. So we may as well get the iron chipset started. So we've got, oh, bloody hell, I already had that. Derp. So we need to make the iron chipset in here. So let's get going with that. So iron and a redstone makes an iron chipset. So we're going to let that process. Watch it work. How they do for power. They are draining fairly quickly, but I can't remember how much. Let's go to basic machine frame, because this is basically the hard part of the thing. Not basic machine frame. Was it machine frame? Oh, machine frame basic. Okay, so let me just kind of search for oops a daisy. Can we just have machine frame basic? No, we just have to use this one every time. So yeah, so iron chipset is 200,000 RF. So that will actually take a little while to process. It's getting dark, so I probably want to go and sleep in a second. So yeah, these are totally out of redstone flux. It's just going to take a little while to process up. So yeah, this is all charged up. How much did that take? 160,000 RF. So that would have been most of the RF in the system, just charging up the rock crusher. But let's move on. So where were we? So yeah, we need to make the compressor, don't we? So let's go to the compressor first. My God, my brain is not working. So let's go to compressor. Right. So electronic circuits. Yeah, we need the copper cables. So let's go sleep for the night before the mob start spawning. Would be a good idea. Actually, I took a screenshot just before I started the episode at night, and then you can see where I've been kind of working on this all morning. So we need some copper ingots because we need to make two lots of this in extruding mode. We'll make enough copper cables to make an electronic circuit. That's how we do in here. It's powering up. So let's do. It's got an extruding mode, so we put 2 of you through there. So it's draining the system quite a lot. So I probably do want to definitely want to triple out my power output, almost for definite. So that's going to have made enough copper cables so we can get started with the electronic circuit. We're also going to need some refined iron plates. I believe we need 9 of them altogether. Yeah, we need 9 of them altogether. There we go. So that's going to be for the compressor. Yeah, I wondered why I was doing the iron chipset in the assembly table. It's for the compressor first of all, isn't it? Okay, so our chicken jerky is done. We'll just put the one more up. Grab all you down. I've got plenty of food at the moment, as you can see, so I'm not exactly like desperate for food. At the moment, I've got plenty of beef, bacon, and chicken jerky, which is pretty cool. What am I looking for? Yes, I need 9 iron, don't I? Ah, yes, I just realised I don't quite have enough on me right now. So here's some I processed up earlier. Yep, we got 18 iron ingots in the smeltery. So we can just literally just transform you really quick into some iron and then go process that through the metal former. So we need, like I said, 9 iron plates to actually make both the basic machine frame and the circuit. That's what I'm looking for. I'll get there eventually, guys. My brain isn't quite working still. It's the first episode I'm recording today, so kind of a little bit warming up still. So we want to go to rolling, I believe. So yeah, it should be rolling. Let me double check that. Yeah, rolling. That would make sense. So this is just going to roll out 9 iron plates. We have to leave it to go. So yeah, I could really do with some more power when I'm running multiple machines at once from my water wheels. So this is going to obviously drain down quite a bit. If I was doing only one of these things at once, it probably wouldn't be so bad. But because I'm trying to do like multiple things at the same time, it's kind of slowing everything down. Yeah, we're kind of like a lot slower now. Maybe it's not worth doing this at the same time. So we'll let this finish first and then move on. Is there anything else we can do? Oh yes, we also need a carpenter. So we may as well make that while we are waiting for the iron chipset to finish. So this is what we need to make one part of the basic machine frame. So sturdy casings, we need a lot of bronze. Yeah, just a lot of bronze basically to make this thing. So we need to throw some bronze into, so we need 16 bronze to make the what's that called again? Sturdy casing, that's what I'm looking for. So we may as well process up some more. So let's grab, is it 3-to-1 between these two, I think? So yeah, I've already got some bronze in here. I've actually got quite a bit, so maybe it's worth reprocessing this, although I don't know, I do need it for the outside as well, so maybe it's not worth processing up. So yeah, I think we'll make up a bit more bronze. We're also going to need our ingot cast, our gear cast. That'd be a good idea. I can also do some shelves. Let me have a quick look at shelves. So the reason I want this, so I need an oak shelf. Yeah, an oak partition shelf, so I need wood, glass bottle, and some oak wood slabs. So I don't think I have any spare glass bottles, so I might need to smelt it from glass as well. Let's grab half a stack of sand, and we also need some coal. Let's grab some of you. Oh, got starting a server backup, so I did not realise that was actually part of the mod pack, which is quite cool. I'm not going to complain. Let's drop the coal into there. We need 3 glass, I think. Let's grab all this stone out of the furnaces here. So yeah, the reason I want a shelf is so I can put my different casts just like next to here, so I don't have to keep going in and out of chests all the time. So we need 3 bits of glass. We also need some wood. Let's grab some of you. Where's my wood? I've still got it on me. Excellent. I also need some wood slabs. Yes, I do have wood slabs on me from when I made a barrel. Excelente. How are we doing over here in terms of the... so it's still making the iron chipset. We're almost done though. Excellent. So how's the glass doing? All done there. So we can make the glass bottle. 1, 2, 3. There we go. Glass bottles. And we also need an oak shelf, which apparently I cannot craft. I do need some more slabs. So yeah, let's make ourselves an oak wood shelf like so. And then, have I got any other casts? I do have a pickaxe and a tool binding, which I'll probably want over there. So what we're going to do is just put this on the wall, say here. And then what we can then do is grab all the different casts like so. And just, is that going to work? Yeah. So, no, that doesn't work. Am I using the wrong kind of shelf? I thought you could put these kind of things into these shelves, but maybe not. Can I just put tools in here? Okay, maybe it's just tools I can put in here? No, nothing's going on this shelf. That's really weird. I thought this was the kind of thing I could put on here, unless it's the just an oak shelf. Oh, it's a potion shelf. Right, okay, I see. So I thought it said partition shelf. That's just me not being able to read, apparently. So let me put you away. That was a waste of some glass, but never mind. So we now need to make some more slabs. There we go. Let's try this again, guys. Right, make a shelf. So this should be the right shelf now to actually be able to put all our casts on. So let's try this again. So there we go. Look at that. So you, and you. There we go. Awesome. We got bronze? No, because I never actually smelted it up. So we'll start off with the copper, and then we'll smelt down the tin afterwards. Let's go see about our things all the way down here. You know, storage in the middle, but I could probably do some kind of like fast travel system around here eventually. Oh yeah, I need to remember to put a chest down on that thing. Otherwise that's going to, what's the word I'm looking for? Pop out into the world. So I probably should remember to do that at some point. So yeah, the iron plates are now processing. So we'll be able to grab them in a minute. Let's grab the chicken jerky. Nom 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 nom. How are we doing here? So you're now done. The copper's done. Boom, we'll put the tin in next. Yeah, I like that. That's pretty cool. That's going to be pretty neat to just kind of pop things on and off. So provided we're close enough, it just pops into our inventory. And then we can just leave the different casts next to the smelter room. We can just pop them on and off when we need them, which is kind of useful. Yeah, so we're almost done. So we just got to make, like I said, we're making the carpenter at the moment as well, aren't we? So that is glass and like loads of bronze. So there we go, 24 bronze. So we've just got to pour this out 4 times. And then we'll be done. So that's number 1. We may just keep the spare bronze in there as well in case we need it for any more casts at some point. There's number 2. There's number 3. And then finally number 4. And then we should be able to finish off the carpenter, get that down to make the particular circuit board that we need. So there's the bronze over here. There we go, I need some of you. So we need to make the sturdy casing like so. Probably got that the wrong way around, I did. Never mind. There we go, 1 sturdy casing. We also need some more bronze. And then I think we just need some glass. So sturdy casing goes in there. Bronze either side from what I remember, and then glass there, and we need a little bit more glass. There we go. Oopsie daisy, there we go. 1 more carpenter made, excellent. So run our way. We just need to make the compressor now. So we're getting there, guys, we're getting there. So the iron plates are now done, so we should be able to make the compressor back over here. Do I have any rubber already smelted up, or do we need a little bit of that as well? I've got 11. Excellent. So that's going to make things very, very handy. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 with the copper cables. So then, oops, daisy, I just realised I should have done that. Why the hell did that not do the last one? I would never know. And then an iron plate makes a circuit. We then need to make a basic machine casing, which was the iron chipset surrounded by iron plates, basic machine casing, electronic circuit, stone, which we already have on our inventory, and that makes the compressor. Excellent. So we've got the 2 machines that we need to make the components. So we're well underway, guys. So let's power these up. So we need to find a place for them. So the compressor can always go there. So put you down there. We need some more LV wire cables. So if we hook you up to there, we also need the carpenter, which can go there. So everything should be powered up. That's not being powered up. Why are you not powering up? Oh, no, it is powering up. It was just taking its time. It's getting dark, so we're probably going to sleep in a second. Compressor's powered up. Okay, so let's go back to machine casing. Nope, that's not right. It's machine frame. That's what I'm looking for. So yeah, so the dense refined iron plate. So we need, first of all, to actually process up 9 of these. So there we go. So we'll get you turning into refined iron plates first. And then we can then compressor it. If we sleep for the night. in a second. We also need to make the basic circuit board, which is 6 redstone and a tin ingot. So we've got a tin ingot there, we've got the redstone there, and then we just need the bucket and fill that with water in a second. There we go, just going to sleep for the night. We also need to process up some obsidian in the rock crusher, so we'll do that as well. So yeah, we're getting somewhere, guys, we're getting somewhere. So we need, was it 1 tin, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 ingots. So no recipe, but we need some water now. Do we need anything else for that? Yeah, it's just water now. So if we go and grab some water from over here, you know, what's the use of living next to an ocean if you can't actually use it? So we need to put the water into there so that actually processes up. I do like the visual guide for water on some of these machines. It's pretty cool. So is that now processing? Missing resources. Oh yes, it always helps if I... here we go. So our basic circuit board is now done. That was pretty quick. I like the way you can actually now see how much RF is on a forestry machine. Never used to be able to. Oh, why is that a refined iron block? Oh, because I put it through the compressor, not the metal former, didn't I? Whoopsie-daisy. Let's put you back into there. That'll actually start processing up in the metal former instead. Then we want to run it through the compressor. Right, is there anything else I need to do? Okay, I need another iron chipset. Oh my god. I'm going to go and grab my... what's what I'm looking for? Wherever they've gone. Survivalist generators. Just in the interest of time for today, guys, I'm just going to drop down these 2 survivalist generators here and here. So that should power these 2 machines. Yeah, the 2 lasers. And then we need to make another iron chipset. So if we drop you in there and you in there, that should then be taking power from them. They are excellent. So basically I don't want it taking power from the rest of my system. So I'm just basically borrowing power from these survivalist generators to run this one. So they should actually provide enough power to pretty much process up this entire iron chipset. So I forgot we needed a second one of them. So yeah, so definitely need to... I'm also thinking what I should probably do is actually start to come up with like a temporary power storage system for here. So instead of having this directly feed off of a kinetic dynamo, maybe coming up with some like some energy cells. So if I have a quick look at energy cell. Yeah, so like leadstone energy cells, which are not exactly the easiest thing to put together. So we need electron tubes, leadstone energy cell frames, lead ingots, electronic circuits, and redstone conductance cores. What about the hardened one? And these bronze electron tubes. Not that difficult. Hardened energy cell frame, which is Invar. It actually might be worth going for this. So it stores 2 million redstone flux. It might be worth actually kind of dropping 1 or 2 hardened frames in there at some. 1 or 2 hardened energy cells in there just to store like 4 million RF while I'm kind of like doing off-camera work. It can like charge up, so things like this don't take anywhere near as long because I'll actually have plenty of redstone flux in the system. Okay, so our refined iron plate is now done, so we can drop it into the compressor this time, which then will make a dense one. So if we could go back to machine frame. And then see what happens. So, oh yeah, so what do we need? So we've got the dense refined iron plate. We need 2, we do need 2 crushed obsidian. I thought we only needed 1. So picked up 1 crushed obsidian, 1 obsidian to crush it, and I needed 2. So we might as well grab a second one, like so. And then run you through the rock crusher as well, just so we're like getting everything together to finally make the final product. So that's going to crush up. There's 1. Wow, that took a lot of redstone flux to actually process 1 crushed obsidian. That's kind of insane. So at least that's done. There's our iron chipset. So you're now kind of empty, as are these. They're full, but our survivalist generators are not. So we'll just kind of like destroy you. Destroy you. They were just there for a bonus. Okay, there's our crushed obsidian. Right. Do we have everything for the machine frame? So we've got one of you. We need tin gear. Right. Let's go make a tin gear, apparently. So how much tin have I got left is the next best question. Tin. We've got 9, so I may as well make up... no, I just need 2. Reason being is that I'm not actually going to pour out in a block, so there's no point in me actually putting in 9 in there, so I may as well just process up 2. So we've got a bit more bronze to process up. I might drop in a bronze ingot into there and just pull that out as a block maybe, or keep it in there. I don't know. Keep it in there for now actually, just in case. Might need a couple more gears out of it. So we've got to wait for the tin to finish melting down. Then we can get our tin gear and actually start making our basic machine frame, which would be quite nice. So it's our first milestone, make a basic machine frame. There we go. So there's some molten tin. Pour you out. So yeah, I might make that energy storage off camera. So I either might make so what about a leadstone one? Go leadstone and energy frame. How does that holds 400,000? So maybe I do want to make a hardened energy cell frame. So that wouldn't be too bad. I think I could probably make this off camera fairly quickly, and then it will store 2 million. So that'd be pretty useful in terms of like a nice backup for doing big projects. So just a bit of energy storage for my water wheels to see how much they can actually charge up from there. Right, so we need to clear you away. So we need, let's go back to machine frame. There we go. So we need dense refined iron plate. We need crushed obsidian. We need the basic circuit board. How much? This takes 400,000 RF as well, so it's going to take slightly longer than the previous one. And then we need the iron chipset, which will make a basic machine frame. So that's going to start assembling. So that's obviously being drained pretty quickly. Is that recharged? That is recharged. So it does kind of fill up fairly quickly. So I'm not too worried about the overall RF. I know it's just going to take a little while to process up, but so let's eat some chicken jerky. There we go. So while the actual machine frame is working, we can go back to the induction smelter. Oops, a daisy, come on. Here we go. So we can actually kind of get the rest of this ready. So what we're going to need is some iron plates. We also need some invar, so we may as well get the invar processing. So what's the recipe for invar again? Invar is, trying to remember the ratio, it's 2 to 1 between nickel and iron. So if we want to make, I'm trying to think if we can actually make up an entire block of this or not. So we've got some ferrous, so 1, 2, 3. Yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Perfect. That'll actually make 2 blocks of invar, which is perfect. Although, do we need invar gears? We do need invar gears, so this is probably not going to work perfectly, but will allow me to process up the maximum amount of invar in one go. So what do we need? We need 2 invar gears, 2 invar ingots, and then we also need to make up a redstone reception coil, which is not difficult in the slightest. So we may as well throw that together right now. So we need just 1 bit of gold and 2 bits of redstone. At least you haven't nerfed that recipe. There we go. There's 1 redstone reception coil. Yeah, I've seen some people on like the Feed the Beast forums complain that you have to like make these gears in the smelter every time, but it's just another one of those things where you have to learn how to automate it using a different mod. So there are ways of automating the smeltery. You just got to know how to do it. So the nickel's already melted down. And there we go. So we've still got 9 iron and we've got 18 invar. So let's pour out our 2 invar ingots. Invar, what's what I'm looking for? Invar gears even, sorry. Then we need the 2 ingots. There we go. Put you back there. Grab our ingot cast. Then we need 2 invar ingots. 1 and 2. So yeah, that's left us with 8 in there. So potentially probably want to leave it there in case I need any more ingot gears. Okay, let me just have a quick check of this. So we've got the gears. Oh yeah, we need the bucket as well, don't we? But that's just a case of running it through the metal former quickly once this system has finished. Have a quick look at you. So how are we doing? Well, it's processing. So let's do. May as well do these 3 as well. I've got some spare energy in the system. There we go. So that's just going to process up 3 iron plates. I'm just literally then just got to wait for this assembly table to finish working. So I might just cut away in a second. Maybe do some other work on some other things while I'm waiting for it to process, and then we can come back and actually finish off the induction smelter in a second, just to finish off the episode, just to show you that it is working. So we're almost done here. So what I might do while we're waiting is maybe add on another, upgrade my water mill, so start working on that maybe. How are we doing here? We're almost got the 3rd iron plate. Come on. There we go. Perfect. Right, that's all done. So yeah, we just got to wait for this to process up. It's just going to take a little while. We're going to be here for a second. So I'm just going to cut away and I'll be right back once we're actually ready to hook up the induction smelter. So I'll see you in a sec, guys. Okay, guys. So I'm back. So the machine frame is now done. So let's get this induction smelter built. Yes, I remember. I was like, why the hell do I have 3 iron plates? I just suddenly remembered it's because I needed the bucket for the induction smelter, don't I? I was like, these seem really random. I've got too much here, but nope, we have got exactly the right amount. So we now have our induction smelter online, which is pretty cool. So I don't know where I want it. Maybe like here. We also need to hook it up. Do I have any more wire cables left? I do not. So I'm going to need to make some more of them. Do I have enough copper left? Is the next question. I got 3, so the answer to that is no. So we're going to need to make some more copper up. Yeah, I got like halfway through making more kinetic dynamos and stuff like that, and kind of ran out of time before the induction smelter was ready to be crafted up. So I'll continue with that off camera. So I started making like the electrum wire coil and stuff like that for the kinetic dynamo. But so yeah, we need some copper to be smelted up. So I don't think this is going to react with anything in here. No, it is not. Just going to pour out the iron, as that's always useful. Got lead in there just because I had some at the time I had some superfluous lead in my inventory, and I was like, didn't really have enough chest space for it. So I was like, what can I do with it? Oh yeah, no, I'll just chuck it in the smeltery. I do need to make this smeltery bigger at some point. It's getting a little bit kind of what's what I'm looking for? Underdone. So I need to make it bigger. So I need to go and make myself some more grout, make myself some more smeltery bricks. Get around to that at some point. I don't know if I can melt down cobblestone in here at all. Will it melt down? Oh, it might melt down. I could make all my seared bricks out of oopsie-daisy cobblestone. Should be quite cool. As I've got a limited cobblestone, I don't actually mind using it up. So let's pour out some copper. So it's almost time for bed again. It's almost time to sleep even. Not really time for my bed. It's time for the in-game bed. It's definitely not time for my IRL bed, as it is 12:30 in the middle of the day. So put it this way, I don't need to go to sleep. Although I didn't really sleep that well last night. Like I didn't really sleep for long enough because I even though I'm off work over the next few days before Christmas, I'm still getting up and helping my wife get ready for work, as she basically still needs to go to work, unfortunately. But so I get up and help her get ready because I'm a lovely person. Well, at least that's what she tells me anyway. I don't know if I'm a lovely person or not, but I get up at 6:45 every morning and help her get ready for work, even though I don't necessarily have to. So is that charging up? It is. Excellent. So our induction smelter is now working. So if we have a quick look at refined iron. So if we go to here, so in terms of smelting this up, we need to go to the induction smelter. So we even need steel ore. I don't think you can actually find that. So we need either some pulverized coal by the looks of things. So we're going to need to make ourselves a pulverizer maybe. So in the next episode, what I might do is kind of start setting up some more machines. So I'm going to need a sawmill. So what I might do off camera is make up some more machine frames just so we can construct the machines a bit faster. So I need to set up a sawmill, a pulverizer, and a powered furnace, I reckon, is the next thing to do. So if I do some work off camera to actually get them constructed, that would probably be the main thing. But for now, what we're probably going to do is actually do this all by hand. So if we grab some coal, can I do this in the quartz grindstone? I can't remember. I can. Excellent. So we can actually grind this up. So we just sit here for a couple of minutes, grind up some coal. So yeah, definitely going to need a pulverizer to actually make this whole process even faster. But for now, we're just going to do this by hand. How much we managed to make? 2. Wow, that'll make 1 steel. Let's just prove that the damn thing actually works. So let's grab some iron and process this up as some steel really quick. Just show you that it works. I'll do, like I said, we'll make the pulverizer next episode to actually do this a lot faster. But let's see how fast this is in comparison. So we've got a piece of iron and 2 charcoal dust. So it's using up a reasonable amount of energy, but not kind of like a significant amount of energy, which is pretty cool. So yeah, it's done. Like refined iron ingot, that is steel. That is done like within seconds, whereas in here it would take absolutely ages. So Awesome. So we've been fairly successful. We've got a nice array of machines here already, all good to go. So we've got a whole mix. We've got everything from forestry to buildcraft silicon to industrial craft to railcraft and now thermal expansion. So yeah, we're looking pretty good, and even our immersive engineering power system. So this will be upgraded by the next episode. So we'll have, like I said, we'll have 3 water mills either side of 2 kinetic dynamos. I'm also probably going to set myself up a little power storage system just as a buffer. But I'll probably leave the episode here for now. As always, guys, don't forget to comment and like if you enjoyed the episode, and I'll see you next time. Goodbye.